Hello dudes and dudettes! Today we're going to be talking about a bunch of unconventional approaches to sound design using Ableton Live. This is the first video in a series dedicated to practical sound design, so stay tuned for more. Right now we're going to be talking about white noise as a basis for creating ambience. When doing sound design for media or films, ambient noise is the one thing that brings all the other sounds together. Sound techs will often record the ambience in a set or room prior to shooting any of the actors or other action. A lot of work goes into making sure the ambience is as accurate as possible, but sometimes you need to create an illusion and fabricate the space, which is basically what films do. Anyway, sometimes you won't find the right ambience in your sound library, which means you'll have to either make it by recording it or make it by synthesizing it. Here's the simplest possible ambience that you can possibly create with synthesis. We're going to be using Operator to generate white noise and filter it. So I've dragged and dropped Operator onto this first MIDI track right here. I'm going to be using my computer keyboard to play notes on it. But we're not going to actually be playing notes. We're going to be using white noise as previously stated. Anyway, going into the wave shaper function and choose white noise, not noise looped, because that's gonna pitch the noise up or down. We're gonna use pure white noise, which sounds a bit harsh, doesn't it? Let's listen to it again. Yes, unfortunately we're not doing the sound design for Poltergeist, so a way to make this a bit more friendly and usable is to enable a filter. Out of this filter section right here, turn it on, remove any envelope, and turn it into a bandpass 24 dB. Right now this is going to sound a tiny bit more friendly. Can even bring it up a bit. Less res, frequency up, and it sounds interesting and it's kind of pleasant, to be honest, but it's not there quite yet. We're going to give it a bit of spread, so 33%, 35% is good. Get a bit less spread. Let's do it to 30%. Cool. So by itself it's not much, but once you combine it with the right ingredients, it can actually fool your mind into creating the rest. So what I'm going to do right now is create a loop, create a note, play it, and combine it with this cute little blackbird that sings at my window every morning that I recorded yesterday. Oh, sorry about that. Wrong blackbird. Use this one. Okay. Take myself out of the mix and insert an image of treetops. So combined with the right ingredients, it can actually fool a viewer that doesn't know that this has been created out of white noise into thinking that this sounds like wind and a stream somewhere in the distance. And it's all because of that bird. And this is basically the secret behind all sound design for music and film. Know what to combine with which to create the right effect. Okay, let's turn these off. This was pretty simple and cute, but one thing that we can do is make something a bit more different. Namely, let's make the ominous sound that you heard before, which is the supernatural rumbling of an alien spaceship passing over. What we're going to do right now is drop this operator onto the second MIDI track and start from scratch all over again. Change the wave shape to white noise and shape it with looped noise because I want it to be have a bit more low end. Let's transpose it. Okay, here we go. Now this is a long way from being finished, but what we can do is low pass filter it. And give it a low pass 24 dB. Let's go 298 hertz. There we go. This is starting to sound like what we want, but it's a bit flat. And it's not quite supernatural just yet. So one thing we can do is add a bit of motion with a chorus. Give a bit of chorus. Oh, I forgot about the spread as well. Now this is starting to sound pretty supernatural again, and ominous and rumbling and all of that. But we want to try to give it a bit more texture. So bear with me, because I'm going to use the amp and go into, well, we're into blues, I guess. Give it a bit more gain, and now give it a dual. Play with the settings. The mid's a bit here. No, not this. Well, although this is something that I haven't noticed before. Pretty nifty effect. But no. Okay. And now it's time to make it into a loop and some to mono. Give it a bit more movement via chorus, less presence. Actually, let's completely cut out that interesting yet annoying thing that doesn't belong. What we're going to do is take this EQ3 and kill the highs and the mids. And some to mono. And now we've got a low rumbling with lots of texture. Let's give it a bit more gain. And let's see how it fares with images, because just like the previous white noise, this one, very important thing is what you combine it with rather than what it does on its own. Let's play this collection of clips from Independence Day. Well, now that looks cool and sounds cool. And if we had any more time, then we could probably tweak this and then combine it with like street ambience and stuff like that. And we could actually make some very awesome sounds that really fit the image. But as it is right now, I was just going to demonstrate the basics. Next time we're going to do waves and footsteps and movement and awesome stuff, also based on white noise, because white noise is your friend. Thanks for watching and have an awesome day.